Can I please take a screenshot of the video of you and your crazy lunatic map background?
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, we
Smile.
probably, what? Are we going to, okay.
Point.
Off. Oh.
Point to something super crazy.
Let's see. Well, this is my favorite topic right here.
Okay. Oh, I can't see your hand, though. Your hand's
I can see it.
Out of screen. No, out of screen. Can't see it.
It's not.
Oh, wait, no, there we go. Now I can. Now I turned it horizontal. Okay.
Well, maybe that helps.
Point to your, there we go. Oh, you know what I did, though? I hate this. Okay, here's the thing. On my stupid phone, I got to start over because the up button, down button, sometimes I hit the power and down button, and that just turns the screen off. It doesn't do a screenshot. Okay, go ahead. Point.
Oh, God. Okay, all right.
Point to your favorite thing. Okay, do your hair.
I got to get my hair fixed just a little bit.
Trust me, I'll get approval before I post.
Whoops, where'd my hand go? There's.
Point.
Right.
Okay, ready?
There.
And smile. 3, 2. Okay, one more because you will not be happy with that. One more. 3, 2.
Okay.
I can't see your hand.
Oh, God, I can't either. There it
is. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, gosh.
My favorite topic.
Now.
Okay, I'll explain for anybody. Obviously, nobody else can see what we're talking about except you. That the Let's Take a Dive podcast is in production. And
finally, I mean, it took longer for this than it did for final season of Game of Thrones to get into production.
It is insane, but there's a lot of moving parts, and there were a lot of things that things just didn't feel right, and we tried, and we finally, I think we finally hit on something, and so we're in production right now, and we're getting all the production elements together and putting together the bumper music, the open and close, and some other things. So anyway, I've been playing with backgrounds because my co-host is remote, and so all of ours are going to be remote. We're going to try to eventually incorporate video into this, so you'll be able to see both of us. And he's got an excellent background. He's a paranormal kind of guy. But also into the conspiracy theories, the just he likes talking about some of this stuff, and I found you've heard about the map. I've showed you the map before, the Great Awakening map that's out there, and I have it hanging on my wall in my office. But I took a piece of that and made it into my background, and it's got my favorite topic, which is Antarctica.
So he has a good background, but you have a much better background.
His is more
with your map,
alien type stuff.
Well, I'm talking about, is he like more, because you're kind of alien-y, but like your background is, you're not alien-y, you're more like government hiding things like on your actual background of our Zoom call right now. Right. That's your background.
You're looking at some of these and going, oh my God, look at these topics, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah,
there's some good stuff on there.
So we'll let you know as soon as sometime in 2024 when actual Take a Dive is actually released. We'll let you know.
It is. At least we've made this step. We've already got a couple in the can, and we're gonna keep working on this because we're just trying to work out some kinks and make sure that we've got everything the way we want it, and then we'll be able to start putting them out there. So I'm very excited.
Perfect. Something else I'm excited about, and we're getting a lot of texts, DMs. It's Pat and JT. Text 402-403-9478 is Sweet Stock coming up on August 28th.
Yes.
Tom Hannafin, Rivers Edge Park in Council Bluffs. Super pumped for this show. It's going to be. I hope it's not 1,000 degrees that day.
I know. Well, it's like it happens every year. Notoriously, it's like the weather changes, and you think, oh, we get fake fall, and then right after fake fall, we get hard summer. So, and people go to the Husker games and they're chilly, and then the next thing you've got sweat running down the middle of your back if you're in the stands, and then there'll be one with snow. And so
right. That's about our time right in there. So I think either way, whether it's super hot or not, it's going to be such a great day.
It's like the week before. I'm trying to think. It's the week before Labor Day weekend. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. Labor Day weekend's the next. And it starts at gates open at noon. So phenomenal. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. And the response has been so much fun. You might remember if you're like one of the long timers, one of our old timers that has been with us for a while. Many moons ago, we had a producer, Scoop, who worked with us, and Scoop Girl on, and she has moved on, and now she has a real job, and she's in Chicago, but she's coming back. And she has pictures. She was at every one of those shows, those festivals, every one of them.
That's crazy.
She found some pictures. I got word today she got the tickets. She's ready to rock. So they're coming to town. So there's going to be some people I think that will be showing up that were from the area. Kind of reunion type thing, getting the band back together literally in some cases. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that you see people reposting, and instead of even saying anything, they're just putting in like 18 different handles of people that they're trying to let them know this is happening. Because they maybe not live in Omaha anymore, and see if they can get everybody back together. So it'll be a lot of fun. And there's so much that's being put together for that day. Let alone the fact that it's going to be a day-long event of all that music. There are going to be several other things that will be going on as well.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun just to see a lot of these people we haven't seen for a long time. And somebody that we've had on our podcast before and who's helping host it is Brian McFadden. And I was talking to him yesterday, and he said that, which kind of puts us all into perspective, how long it's been since this show's happened, is that his son was born like a month after the last Sweetstock, and his son is 20 now, just turned 20.
He's in college. Is he in college? He's in college.
Yeah, he's in college.
Did he go to college?
Yep.
I was thinking he went to college. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's in college, I think in Ohio somewhere. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's the fact that last time we had a Sweetstock, he did not have a son, and now he has a son in college. It's just like time's cruising by, and it just kicks you sometimes right in the seeds.
Right?
Like, oh my gosh.
Holy smoke.
So 20 years.
I need to sit down.
Yeah. Right.
That's awesome. That's going to be so much fun seeing everybody. And also all the groups, if you follow any of these groups on social media, any of the talent that's going to be on stage, they are into this. And they're reposting as well and adding comments. And then you're seeing their fans reacting as well. And an opportunity to get them all on stage together. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Such a great day.
I'm excited.
We are getting texts about other things other than Sweetstock. This is from Rhonda. It's from Rhonda. She said, hey, Rhonda here. Yes, I'm still hot. I don't know what that means. But anyway, she must be still hot. She says, worked at a grocery store at the photo developing department and knew which customers were dirty birds and looked at all the pictures all the time. So,
oh, my goodness. Oh, my God.
Heck
Hold
yeah.
on one second here. I have something for you.
And of course you do. Like, it would be stupid for people that have access to all that stuff. You're not going to go, no.
Explain what we're talking about here. Explain what
we were talking a couple episodes ago. We were talking about taking your pictures in to get them developed at the old school developing places, and these people have access to all of basically opening up your phone, your picture app on your phone, looking at all the pictures, and there's no way you wouldn't look at all those pictures and take copies of the dirty ones, and that's what Rhonda said they used to do.
Okay,
of course they used to.
Listen to this story. Our girl Laura, and you might remember Laura. From the Laura and Justin episode where she had the fancy toilet.
Yes,
remember? The bidet?
Remember. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And can you believe that's been almost 2 years ago?
That's nuts.
It's been a minute. But anyway, she wrote it. She says, I have a great old school photo story. When we had our son in 2007, disposable cameras were still a thing. And they were, because people used them at weddings like crazy. That was like, you had your cameras, but the way everybody would throw them out and people take pictures and then the bride and groom would have them all. Anyway, she had bought one and threw it in with her duffel bag for the hospital in case she said we forgot our nice camera on the way, which we did. When it was determined I was about to start delivering, my nurse asked me if I wanted her to take photos of the event. And being a prude, I said, "Oh no, just pictures of after with the baby." Sweet photos.
I mean, what?
Sweet photos of the swaddled baby in my arms, those kind of things. My body parts do not need to be in the photos. The nurse said,
especially not at that time.
She says, moms always say that, then they regret it later that they didn't do it, and I'm just gonna, put that out there, the true debut into the world, and I'll tell you what, I'll take the pictures. And then you can always throw them away. And at that point, she says, I was beyond being capable of arguing because I had other things to focus on. And I was like, whatever, do whatever you want to do with the camera. I really don't care. I'm delivering a baby. After they got home from the hospital, she finally felt comfortable enough to make a little trip out of the house. And she went to the Walgreens. And she says, I'm tight, cheap, so I had the photos sent away rather than paying extra for the 1 hour development. She, in all caps, thank goodness, because she'd totally forgotten that those pictures were on there. She said, so no one in town ended up developing those photos, but the poor employee in California or wherever the heck those photos ended up, got to where they were developed, saw everything.
Oh my
And she says,
gosh.
you know, you remember back when you had photos taken and then you go pick them up and you were all excited to get them because you don't remember all the pictures that you had. And she's flipping through these photos and she said, and there was the picture of me and my everything. And I literally screamed. I may have thrown the photos across the car seat. Just like, get them out of my hands, right? But she says I took those 2 or 3 pictures and tore them up into the tiniest pieces and threw them away.
Yeah.
But those
I don't for this photographer saying that moms always say no now and wish they had after. I've never had a conversation with a woman that has given birth that said, God, I wish I had pictures of when my baby was coming out of my vaginal canal.
That would be awkward. That would be awkward.
Ever. Well, just like, is that ever a thing? Like, you wish you had a picture of your baby coming out of your vagina?
I don't.
Ever.
Can't imagine. I know. I mean, as the baby, even. Do you want to see that picture?
No, no. I mean, I can't. I wouldn't want to see it as the person giving birth. I would not want to see my head coming out of my mom's vagina. Like, there's everything wrong with that whole scenario. That I can't even imagine why she would ever say that, ever.
Oh my God. I about died. I just saw this today. I was like, this is awesome.
Wow. That is the most messed up
oh my God
thing.
Isn't that just crazy?
And if a photographer is listening or a female or whatever has given birth and you have pictures of that and you wanted that, I want to talk to you, like,
right?
Ask you questions.
You have questions? You have questions. And then I've got another one here. This is going to go in a completely different direction.
I mean, because I know the stories that you poop. You poop. People poop. Girls poop when they give. Like, why would you want a picture of you have that and pooping?
I got to let you kind of simmer on
There's
this
no
for a
upside.
second. Oh my
Anyway,
God.
okay.
Oh my God. It was pretty funny. I about died when I read that. And I asked her if I could have permission to share, and she said absolutely. So, okay, so another one that came in, Laureen said, Lori, and she wrote it, said, hey, listen to the podcast. Emmy Jo has a beautiful voice.
Right.
And said, wow, I wanted to tell you, you might remember her son has a band called Evandale. They just shot a music video at the Squirrel Cage Jail just recently. And we were talking about that. Was that with Josh or was that with?
That was with Nick and Emmy.
That's right.
Yeah, we were talking about haunted places to go. Yeah,
it was with Nick and Emmy that we talked about it. Squirrel Cage, and so not quite sure of the song that they're doing or why they wanted to shoot there, but a couple of the guys had some real issues, very eerie stuff. Her nephew, who was the videographer, kept losing batteries, like the power was gone. They were draining so fast. And he and the other players in the band kept hearing whispering in their ears. And they've checked their equipment since then. Everything's okay now. But she said, I can't wait to hear about the video and see if anything or anyone pops up.
Ooh, if they were hearing it in real time, I'm sure they're going to see it, hear it, whatever.
It's got to be on there.
You hear one whisper, shoot's over, right? It's
oh
like
my
it's
God.
done. You hear one whisper, I'm out. It's a wrap.
Because usually they can't hear them. You know what I mean? When you watch any of the ghost hunters or
that's
even
what I've always wondered that. Like, I know people go back and listen for the EVPs, but if you sit in a place where you're recording and you're direct monitoring it, if you can actually hear in real time them talking to you.
Remember Bailey's? Well, we talked about that. I can't breathe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she didn't hear it till they came back and listened back to that whole thing. If she'd heard it at that moment, she would have been like a cat hanging from the roof by its toenails.
Deceased.
Just
yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
Good stuff. Okay, you might hear this. I gotta get the paper out.
Good Lord.
It's time to check in with the Ashland Gazette.
Some cousins of my wife's posted on Instagram the other day. They were at the grocery store, and a little old lady gave their kids the comic section of the local paper. Like, she was a little old lady, just like, here, kids, and gave them each a comic section. I didn't even know they had a comic section still in newspapers.
I think the World Herald still does.
It must, and it was in Lincoln, so maybe the Lincoln Journal-Star still does. I don't know.
They maybe
was
still
cute,
do.
Though.
The Ashland paper doesn't have cartoons. There might be one every occasionally, but no. This is just strictly the news.
Shock.
Strictly the news. That's all it is here.
Hard hitting. We report, you decide. The Ashland Gazette.
It was a busy week. So this paper came out on Wednesday. Just for dates, I guess that would be what, the 12th, 14th, whatever it was. This week. It came out this
14th.
week.
Today's the 16th that we're recording this, so it would have been the 14th.
There you go. So Baker's Candies, first off, over in Greenwood, they made the news because Good Morning America did a segment on, for some reason, they chose Nebraska, and they were checking on businesses and how they're recovering after last year. And so Baker's ends up with about 25 seconds worth of commercial time on Good Morning America. They've seen a 7,000% spike in their sales.
Were they ready for that?
Nope.
I mean, I wouldn't think so. Jeez.
So we were just your average small town business. It's been crazy. Not what we were, not what we asked for, to be honest. And it wasn't even something we were looking for. But my goodness, they weren't quite ready to go national, but apparently they just did. So anyway,
sometimes, geez. I mean, good for them, but holy cow.
So anyway, so then the other story, because this is all going to go full circle, so bear with me here. The next story is the fact that Ashland showed up in a list of 10 best small towns in the Midwest by Travel and Leisure magazine, which has a subscriber list, circulations over 1 million.
Okay, that's legit.
Legit, right? So we had, I don't know where on the list in the top 10, if they ranked the top 10, but they were in the top 10 best towns. And they were under 15,000 residents, and so they have 2,500, so definitely fit that. But, and Pella, Iowa also had one in there too. So congratulations, Ashland. That's pretty cool. And finally, it is here. This weekend is Stirrup Weekend in Ashland. And it was...
I forgot about Stirrup Days.
Stirrup Day. So, and I think the Douglas County Fair is going on, isn't it? Or is it coming up soon? I think, let me look here real quick. I thought I saw something on the Douglas County Fair, too, in Waterloo.
And it's the creepiest thing because the way you have your background, like we talked about earlier, and then the papers kind of going in front, it looked like you had baby doll heads floating around you. Like, it's so creepy.
Oh, no,
everybody knows how, like, Zoom backgrounds work, so it kind of come in and out when you move. It looks very creepy.
That's funny. Remember, Stirrup Days, though, is centered around aliens, the alien theme. And they've had a really good alien encounter is what they're calling it, and which goes back to the story again that happened about over 50 years ago, the Ashland officer, and some abductions and other stuff. But anyway, they said if this goes well, the chamber may continue on having an alien-themed event annually. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of neat. And they have two things that I want to just show. Oh, my God, hold on. I haven't handled a newspaper in a long time. It's out of control. Anyway, I got newspaper going everywhere. But anyway, they have a couple of events going on. They're going to be signing some books, this was the artist that he's the one that ends up in the panel talking about the whole abduction. This became a thing for him, and they invited him. Okay, he's going to be there. But Kincaid Brewing Company, Kincaid Brewers, they're out in Broken Bow. And they made a special brew in honor of the story, and it is called Star Snake Dank IPA. And it will be... I don't know what that means. And they'll also be... The word dank bothers me.
And Kincaider is the same brewer that made our Hale Ale for Hale Varsity, the beer.
So it's going to be good. I mean, without a doubt, it's going to be good.
It's delicious.
So they're serving that. And also it's going to be served along with a special concoction, they write, created by Glacial Till, which is there in Ashland, during an alien beer and wine tasting event that they're going to have starting at 1 o'clock both Saturday and Sunday. So if you're listening to this in real time, like it's Friday or Saturday, you have time to make it. So I thought that was kind of cool. So alien brewers.
And they have the history there, so it makes sense. It's not like just some like Waterloo having an alien event because there's no history. With Ashland, they have that story, so it makes total sense.
I can't believe I didn't know about that until like 2 years ago. I never heard that story. That just blows my mind.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I brought to the table. What else would you bring?
That's it. I got nothing. I got nothing. I do have something a little bit. I told you that Sophia's car broke down and we got it towed, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we ended up had it all fixed. Anyway, we got it fixed on like 30th and North 30th Street. Great place to go. M&M is the name of the place. Awesome dudes. Got it fixed and then drove it home, and she drove it around that whole night, and it died. So we had to go up and whatever, put the coolant in, blah, blah, blah. Had it towed back to M&M, and they called the next morning like, hey, listen, how much did it cost to get it towed? We're going to reimburse you for the tow. Because what had happened was they didn't put the radiator cap on tight, and that's why it overheated, because all the coolant flew out. Yeah. So,
and they were honest about it.
Oh, yeah. And they didn't even, and I honestly, even if they had said that they didn't put the cap on tight, I never would have even asked for a reimbursement for a tow. It wouldn't even cross my mind. Yeah. But they're the ones that brought it up. They're like, hey, how much was this tow? We're going to get you your money back. And when Sophia went to pick up her car, my mom drove her down there to pick up her car, and they had cash for us. I mean, it was awesome. That's so awesome. Great.
Yeah,
they were so awesome.
Isn't it sad, though, when somebody does the right thing? Mm-hmm. That you're kind of like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is because, it's in a lot of times you go to dealerships or whatever, and you think, oh God, it's so expensive. So you try to find someone that's doing it either on the side or just a local small business. These guys are the epitome of a local small business, but yet you go online and they have close to 100 5-star reviews on Google. They have a Groupon. Yeah. I'm like, what? Wow. You guys have a Groupon? They had a Groupon for like $50, or it was $50 for $90 off or whatever. And I'm like, you guys have got your stuff together. Yeah. And they're just awesome. So I can't recommend them enough. M&M on North 30th, right off of the interstate, right off of 680. They're just fantastic.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad everything worked out well. That's good.
Nobody's more glad than Sophia. She was freaking out. She didn't have her car for 24 hours. I thought she was going to explode.
It was worse. It was right up there with losing her phone.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I would say she has anxiety. She had her hair up in a messy bun, pacing all over the house. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. It was just a disaster.
Because she was like, she couldn't go anywhere.
Right. She couldn't do anything. She's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. What am I going to do?
That's awesome. Well, then I'm glad for you and Beth that the car is fixed.
Everything is peaceful now around the house.
Fantastic. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to say that real quick, back to Let's Take a Dive. We haven't done anything on the Facebook page yet, but that's going to be happening soon, and you'll start seeing some action there. And I might even throw up a few of these backgrounds that I'm considering for this, and see if I can get a consensus on which one you like, because I've got about 3 or 4 different ones that I really like of these.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
These maps, these awakening maps that are out there. But yeah, we'll get some stuff up there, and you'll be hearing from us soon. And then also the big reveal of the new co-host.
And you'll see one of those backgrounds is the episode art for today's show. So
yes, it is.
That I took of you pointing at the reason why you're not going to get a date ever again.
Who knows? I may find somebody who likes this kind of crap.
Wouldn't you just be? We would never see you again. If you found a boy Jill, we would never see you guys. Would be off on these ghost hunts all day long.
Right here, if I find the one that knows all about Antarctica. That's going to be the honeypot right there.
Yep, you had me at hidden civilization. Oh God!
There you go.
All right, so go to sweetstock.com, get your tickets for our show. It's coming up August 28th. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Have a great weekend.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.